My topic for today are the letters D, F, B, P, R, T. Those letters stand for the words discrimination, favoritism, bigotry, prejudice, racism, and tolerance. I want to define these terms as taken from the dictionary. Discrimination means making a distinction in favor of or against a person or thing based on the group, class, or category rather than on individual merit. Favoritism means preferring one person or group over others, or partiality. Bigotry means a stubborn and complete intolerance of any creed, belief, or opinion that differs from one's own. For example, those who hate homosexuals. Of course, you must recognize that there is a difference in hating homosexual people and hating homosexual activity, which is evil and should be despised and shunned. Prejudice means an opinion or feeling formed beforehand or without knowledge, thought, or reason. Any preconceived opinion, attitude, or feeling, either favorable or unfavorable, regarding a racial, religious, or ethnic group, especially of a hostile nature. I say it means to immediately prejudge any activity, event, person, or class of persons you happen to be looking at or meeting with before analyzing or evaluating them or their opinions based primarily on their initial appearance, remarks, or behavior, and arriving at a speculative conclusion without evidence. For example, President Obama saying, quote, "The cops acted stupidly," unquote, or, quote, "If I had a son, he would look like Trayvon Martin," unquote. Those are prejudiced comments that Obama made before he studied all the facts and hoped to gain the support of prejudiced black people, but he really acted stupidly. The beer summit did not alleviate his stupid, prejudiced remarks. Racism is defined as a belief or doctrine that inherent differences among the various human races, cultures, or individual achievement, usually involving the idea that one's own race is superior and has the right to rule others. Simply put, a hatred or intolerance of another race. And finally, tolerance is the antithesis of all five: discrimination, favoritism, bigotry, prejudice, and racism. It's defined as a fair, objective, and permissive attitude toward those whose opinions, practices, race, religion, nationality differ from one's own. Racism, prejudices, bigotry, discrimination, and favoritism are inborn in every human being and have been prevalent in the world since the beginning of time. It is a natural characteristic of humanity. They existed in the past and are very evident today and will continue to exist in the future. Everybody in this world is prejudiced and favors one thing over another. There is no human being in the world who has reached the age of reason that is not prejudiced in one form or another. So then, if you are prejudiced, you also are a racist and a bigot. If you are black, you will favor blacks over whites, Hispanics, Asians, and all other racial groups. Similarly, if you are white or Hispanic or Asian or Mid-Easterner, you will favor your own kind over all other races. Over 90% of the eligible black voters have voted for Barack Obama in the past and will vote for him in the future for the sole reason that he is black and will totally ignore his ineptness on the job. Therefore, anybody who votes for Obama in the future is either black or stupid. Everybody in the world is prejudiced in one form or another. So then, if you are prejudiced, you also are a racist and a bigot. Even Jesus and all his apostles and the Pharisees around him were racists during their lifetime. Jesus expressed favor for the Jews over Gentiles. If you are Catholic, you will show favor over Jews, Muslims, Buddhists, Shintos, and all other religious groups. If you belong to one of the other religious groups, you will favor your own over others. Everybody in the world is prejudiced and favors his own ethnicity, religion, and culture over all others not of the same kind. Can you see a Muslim father who worships according to Sharia law allowing his daughter to marry a Christian man, or a Jewish family supporting a marriage to a non-Jew? If you are male, you feel you should dominate women. If you are female, you feel you should manipulate the man. These comments prove my point that everybody in the world is prejudiced, and if you're prejudiced, then you also are a racist and a bigot. If just a few people of different cultures and ethnicity are selected and separated into an experimental compound, racism will exist amongst them. However, we know that all races belong to the human species and recognize all the personal and individual frailties within us, so that we should accept each other for what we are. Therefore, we must all exercise and practice tolerance with effort to accept other people's differences, to overcome our inborn cultures, attitudes, and feelings. Even though all of us are prejudiced, racists, and bigots, much depends upon the degree of tolerance we exercise to overcome these inborn characteristics. I must state that the opinions and comments expressed here are those of yours truly. You can analyze them, accept or deny them. You can criticize or praise them, or just ignore them, but you cannot refute them. However, I do welcome your comments, but they won't change the truth. Listen to my other down-to-earth comments on different interesting topics.